You run your hand over your face and feel that double chin that just won't go away. You look in the mirror, turn your head to the side, and your jawline simply disappears. It vanishes amidst the puffiness. You've cut out sweets, you've tried working out, and yet your face remains round, flabby, without that defined contour you see in everyone else, except you. Frustrating, isn't it? Before you blame yourself, stop for a second. It's not your fault. The problem is that nobody told you a very simple truth. You don't lose facial fat by making faces in front of the mirror. All that facial exercise that promises to transform your jawline in 7 days, most people do almost nothing, because facial fat and puffiness don't respond to a single trick. They respond to 3 things that almost nobody combines at the same time: fluid retention, jaw muscle tone, and your overall body fat percentage. You are attacking the wrong target, that's all. And there's more. Genetics and bone structure do play a role, but how much of your jawline is visible is largely your own decision. There's a layer of water, muscle, and fat over the bone that you control daily. That's the layer we're going to work on. You don't need surgery, expensive braces, or grimacing. You need the right habits in the right order. So today I'm going to give you 6 habits that address exactly these 3 points. Each one tackles a real cause of a puffy face and a receding jawline. And the last one is the simplest of all, so obvious that 9 out of 10 people ignore it. Stick around until the end, because it's usually the one that makes the difference. Let's go. The first tip is to cut sodium in the last few hours of the day. You eat a very salty dinner, a pizza, a processed meat, and wake up with a puffy face. There's an explanation for that. Sodium draws water into the tissues, and the face, because it has thin skin and looser tissue, is the first place where this water appears. That's why you wake up puffy without having gained any weight. You didn't gain weight, you retained it. So do the following. In the 3 hours before bed, cut out processed foods, processed meats, ready-made sauces, and salty snacks. Replace them with something natural and drier. And be aware, a good portion of the sodium you consume is hidden where you least expect it. In bread, cheese, tomato sauce, that ready-made seasoning. It's not just the salt shaker. Pay attention to the label for a week, and you'll be surprised. This adjustment alone will reduce puffiness in your face the next morning. Less salt at night, more contour in the morning. The second is sleep, but not just any sleep. When you sleep poorly, your body releases cortisol, the stress hormone. And cortisol has a cruel effect. It causes the body to retain water and become inflamed. The result? A round face, heavy eyelids, that tired look that no filter can disguise. Short nights keep cortisol levels high all day, and the swelling that was temporary starts to look permanent. The correction is straightforward. Aim for 7 to 8 hours a night, always at the same time, with a dark room and no screens for the last half hour. Your face in the morning is a reflection of how well you slept. Sleep better, wake up more defined. The third habit acts on the muscle, and this is what truly changes the contour. Underneath your cheek is the masseter, the muscle you use to chew. Proportionally, it's one of the strongest in the human body, and like any muscle, it responds to stimulation. If you chew little your whole life, it becomes flaccid. If you really work it, it gains tone and projects the angle of the jaw outwards. The problem is that modern life has given you too much soft food, and your masseter has been losing strength. How to correct this? Eat foods that require real chewing. Raw carrots, apples, firmer meat. And if you want to speed things up, chew sugar-free gum for about 10 to 15 minutes a day, alternating sides to avoid imbalance. But don't overdo it thinking that more is better. The masseter is strong, and forcing it for hours on end only gives you joint pain. Consistency beats intensity here. A few minutes a day, every day, are worth more than an hour on Sunday. It's not a miracle, it's muscle. Work the masseter muscle and the jawline starts to show. The fourth step is facial drainage, 3 minutes that will change your morning photo. During the night, lymphatic fluid accumulates in your face because you spend hours lying down, barely moving. And here's a detail that almost no one knows. The lymphatic system doesn't have its own pump like the heart. It depends on movement to drain. That's why you wake up with a fuller face than it actually is. The solution is literally to push this fluid out. In the morning, with your hands or a gua sha, make firm movements from the inside out, always moving downwards towards the neck. From the center of the face to the ear, from the ear to the neck. 3 minutes every day. In a week, you'll already see the difference in the mirror. It moves the fluid, revealing the bone. And let me tell you something here, because it connects with everything we're talking about. Have you noticed that 90% of people, even with training and dieting, still don't see results? This happens because there are 3 hormones responsible for your performance. If you don't regulate them correctly, you'll continue training, following intense diets, and still have the same body you have today. That's why I've prepared a free test where you can discover in 2 minutes which of the 3 hormones is preventing your body from losing weight, gaining muscle mass, or having energy, even when you're doing everything right. It takes less than 2 minutes and is completely free. Click now on the link in the description or the pinned comment and find out which hormone is sabotaging your results. Returning to habits. The 5th is to curb alcohol. That weekend beer from the after-work drink. Alcohol is one of the biggest enemies of a defined face. It dehydrates your body, and in reaction, your body starts retaining water to defend itself from the lack of it. Besides, alcohol inflames tissues, disrupts your sleep, and undermines that cortisol control we discussed earlier. One problem leads to another. You don't need to stop forever. Calm down. But if your goal now is a more defined jawline, cut back or significantly reduce your alcohol intake for a few weeks and observe what happens. Notice your own face the day after a night of drinking. Heavier, more closed, smaller eyes. It's not your imagination. It's the alcohol working against you while you sleep. Your face responds quickly when you cut back on alcohol. And we've arrived at the 6th, the simplest of all, and the one almost everyone ignores: drinking water. It seems contradictory, I know. But Claude, isn't water precisely what causes swelling? It's the opposite, and this confusion is costly. When you drink too little water, your body goes into economy mode and holds on to every drop it has. And it prefers to hold on to it in your face. When you hydrate properly, your body understands that it doesn't need to store anything and releases the excess naturally. Less retention, a drier face, a more visible contour. So start the day with 2 glasses of water and keep the bottle nearby until night. It's free, it's easy, and it's the habit that most people skip, thinking it doesn't make a difference. Drink water. Your face will thank you. Now, tell me in the comments below, which of these 6 will you try first? Sodium reduction, resistance chewing, the 3-minute drainage? Write the habit number, because I read and respond to each one. And if you start today with the first 3, you'll already feel the difference by the weekend. It's that fast when you stop forcing what doesn't work. And if you went through the list and thought, okay, but why does my body freeze up even when I do everything right? The answer is in that test I just showed you. 2 minutes, free, and you'll find out which of the 3 hormones is holding you back. Take the test today before bed. Because changing your face starts the day you stop guessing and start knowing exactly what to correct. Click the link, take the test, and come back here to tell me what you found out.